Hey everyone, welcome to the Digital Devils podcast, where we cover the latest gaming news each week. I'm your host, Mr. Cool, and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Hunter and Fallen. How's it going, my dudes?
I'm kicking back. Got a beer. Ready to talk about this news, man.
Just chilling, maxing, relaxing, chilling, all cool.
All right,
Outside the schoolyard.
so we have a bunch of stories to go through this week, and obviously the biggest one, of course, it has to do with the greatest game of all time, The Last of Us Part 2.
That's an incorrect title.
That's
So,
clickbait as shit.
like we talked about last week, most critics have given this a perfect score, or at least close to a perfect score. And this week, it was officially released, so everyone gets to play it. And the user reviews have, let's just say, it's not really been perfect. It's There's been many reviews out there by just the general audience that they've just review bombed this game. It's now a 3.5 on Metacritic out of 10.
As it
People
deserves.
people are just shitting all over this game. So we gotta discuss this because there's a lot to go through here. It's critics versus the fans, and also just like review bombing. Is that fair? Is it not? There's a lot to go through here.
Well, I can jump in and say this. There was a pretty good video by Charlana on Twitter. That's Alana Pierce, former IGN employee.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
says most things, IGN reviews are not bought and paid for by the company. As far as we know, so they're not going to give a game a perfect score because they want to keep their access to review copies. So that's a good thing there on the side of critics. But users are a different story. Users are going to tell you how it is, and that's the same case with the Justice League movies, the Avengers movies, that whole ilk right there. Because the critics don't consider it actual cinema, while the users don't really give a shit about that. So it's still considered a great game in the eye of the critics because they don't care what the public thinks.
Yeah, and okay, so I went through some of the user reviews. There's a lot of zeros, 0 out of 10s, and it's pretty clear that a lot of these people probably haven't even played the game. That's my problem here. It's like
Uh,
it's like if you've played this game and you don't like it, okay, fair enough. That's that's your opinion. But just to review bomb a game or a movie or whatever, like even if
allow me to jump in real quick.
go ahead, yeah.
I mean, this is one of those situations where you don't have to play it to not like it. The story leads months ahead of the game, so in its entirety. So you necessarily don't have to play it in order to not like it in this case.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. So if you don't want to play the game, that's your choice. But to go out there and put up a review of the game, even though you haven't played it, I just think that's unfair.
Allow me to jump in here
Okay.
with a golf club. Now, what do you call it? You're saying that it's unfair to review bomb the game. In my opinion, the critics have their heads up their asses because there's no such thing as a 10 out of 10 game. At least as far as I've seen. There's just no perfect game out there. Every game has its flaws. The Last of Us 2 is certainly no exception with its story. The other bit is, I read the article that you posted. I don't know if you're going to have that link in the description down below, but number one, it's by Kotaku, so that's,
Yeah.
that's definitely a thing. Number two, they were specifically citing the fact that the game has only been out in the US for, under 2 days. But here's the thing. A lot of people have VPNs now, and because of VPNs, you can get access to certain things earlier, and you can get things that are region locked. Now, is this the case with all of them? No. I mean, sure, there's going to be the asshole like me who fucking goes on there, reviews it with 0, because Neil Cuckman is a horrible fucking writer/director. But that aside, I'd like to cite one person who was actually streaming the game and quit it after, someone went golfing the wrong way, to put it lightly. PewDiePie. Everyone knows who PewDiePie is, number one YouTuber. He got to that scene in The Last of Us, and it's unsatisfying. And from a story perspective, it just kind of sucks seeing that happen. And he hasn't streamed it since, as far as I've seen. Like, he's just got 2 parts up. After that, the man literally quit the game. Just like, why? Why? Like, it's, most modern writers these days want to go for subversive stories rather than having actual character arcs that are satisfying. They want to surprise the audience with, shitty one-off deaths just for the shock value of it, rather than, actually putting some effort into your writing and making it good. I.e., Game of Thrones.
Okay, so you said that...
I'm gonna debate you on Game of Thrones for a minute.
Okay.
Season 8 wasn't even that bad because of the ending. Because literally, she did what she said she was going to do. She said she was going to terrorize everything and break the system down through fire and blood. That is exactly what she did. So you cannot fault the ending of Game of Thrones. She was just nice about it all the way through that.
I'm not talking about the ending to Game of Thrones. I don't even give a shit about that, But the point that I'm saying is that, Game of Thrones it thrived on shock value. Just, any character could die. That was its entire premise. But, after a while, it's like, who fucking gives a shit if anyone can die? Why bother having a favorite person if they're gonna fucking die? There's just no point. You go into nihilism at that point.
You're not wrong.
Okay, so you said there's no such thing as a 10 out of 10 game. Okay, but there's also no such thing as a 0 out of 10, right? I'm pretty sure The Last of Us 2 is not a 0 out of 10 game like most people...
Wait. Have you ever played Bandicoot? That is a 0 out of 10, my dude.
No,
okay.
Have you ever played Troll and Die? That is a 0 out of 10.
Okay, fine. Okay, but I'm pretty sure The Last of Us 2 is not a 0 out of 10. Like, it can't be that bad. There are probably some redeeming qualities to it. Now
it's a 3.5 out of 10 on a good day. 4 if I'm drunk.
Okay, so like I said, I went through some of the user reviews. A lot of them are talking about that they're pushing their agenda, that it's because of feminists, that they hate white people.
Yep. Listen.
All the things I said last podcast, all those things.
It is absolutely true. And you know what? Neil Cuckman absolutely is the reason why one of gaming's best female writers left the industry, or at least left Naughty Dog.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I'm gonna cool back on the slander, because we are trying to get the show put up on Spotify. He might just hear it at this point. So we're gonna have to roll that back. But
fight me in a boxing match, Neil. I'll beat the shit out of you.
Anywho, yeah, just putting that out there. We need to just roll that back and stop calling. And don't call him that for fun. We all know what you're thinking.
I'll put the golf club down for now, but got my eye on him.
Okay, so I am on Metacritic right now, and when it comes to user score, 29% are positive ratings, 3% are mixed ratings, and 67% are negative ratings. 24,000 negative reviews for The Last of Us Part 2 on Metacritic.
Allow me to point out an interesting fact. Metacritic actually got rid of a bunch of reviews that were considered review bombing the game. It was at a 3.5 user review rating. After they got rid of a bunch of, the ones that were considered review bombs, it dropped down to a 3.3. I'm just saying, very interesting.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Okay, so the last time I can think of an example like this is probably The Last Jedi.
Bad movie.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but even The Last Jedi had its own redeeming qualities in other areas. That's a different case, in my opinion.
I just
Name them, por favor.
Visuals were really good. The sound design was really good. It was a technically well-made movie. This wasn't a very well-written movie.
I mean, it'd kind of be hard if they fucking fucked up on the sound design and the visuals.
Yeah,
But I mean, hang on. They also had the visuals of milking that goddamn thing and drinking green milk.
yeah, but the whole thing is, it's really easy to mess something up, especially when it's when it's another take on the property. It's really easy to mess something up. GMC 2013.
How dare you? Fucking, at least that has more redeeming qualities. Like, the gameplay is fun. What was fun about The Last Jedi?
The writing wasn't fun. The writing wasn't that fun in DMC 2013. It was mostly cringe. So fight me.
Hang on. Here's the thing. DMC 13 would totally appeal to fucking some edgy kid, which that's what I was when I played it. What do you call it? Now, The Last Jedi, fucking, I feel like even some of the most devout SJWs wouldn't find entertainment in it. But here's the other thing. Talking about visually stunning. Look, even some of the fucking choreography was off in the fucking throne room scene. When I first saw it, I was like, you know what? That was pretty good. The fight. That one fight. I was like, not too bad. And then I watched it again, and I'm like, okay, actually, no, never mind. Not as good. You just, there's a disappearing knife. What the fuck?
Roll with it. Just roll with it.
okay, so
I turn my brain off for most movies I watch. So it's like, I really don't give a shit.
I can only turn it off so far.
the thing I don't understand is, let's just say you haven't played The Last of Us 2, but you still go on Metacritic to give this a 0 out of 10 and share your feelings about it. Like, what's the point? Where does that get you? What does that get you?
I mean, it doesn't fucking work against you in any particular way, to be honest. So it's the idea of, not why would you, why wouldn't you? Like, let's say, for example, you were a big fan of the first Last of Us. It was great. You loved, the DLC. You loved the multiplayer. You loved everything about it. The first trailer for Last of Us 2 drops with Ashley Johnson singing Into the Valley, which, great rendition, by the way. I really wish that they did an entire fucking release of the song.
The original is actually right.
Listen, I really love the original, but you know what? I like the cover as well.
The thing about it is, if the cover wasn't associated with the game, I would honestly have it on my playlist.
Anyways. Now, as the game gets closer to launch, you start seeing more stuff about it, and it's like, wow, they fucked up my story. They fucked up the entirety of what I liked about the game. And they try to make, Joel and Ellie out to be the bad guys, which, I mean, to be honest, there's a way to do that. The Last of Us 2, or The Last of Us Part 2, does not do that. Does not do it well at all. It tries to make you feel bad for the things that you do, but, at the end of the day, the writers just assholes.
I mean, fair point, I guess. But, yeah, so it's just... Go ahead.
I feel things could have done. Feel like it's not... I don't know. I can't really speak for it because I haven't played it and probably won't. But they did something different, took it in a new direction. No one liked the new direction, and instead of them delaying the game to fix what was wrong with it, they put it out anyway because hey, Sony said, hey, we're gonna make a shitload of money. Naughty Dog, you do what you do, and it turns out those consequences of those actions was You're wrong.
Naughty Dog, call me and hire me. I will fucking show you how to use a golf club properly. It's gonna be like fucking Bioshock up in this bitch.
Okay, so yeah, I just think it's, to me, I just find it unfair if you've not played the game and you still go on these review sites and still put out a review. It's your choice if you do not want to play it, of course, for whatever reason. It's your and if you do play it and you still think it's bad, go ahead, do a review. But I just think it's unfair, and it just, like, what does it bring you what does it give you just to put out a negative review while not even playing it? But
let's you vent out your frustrations a bit.
I mean, yeah, but
against a game that is, it's a AAA title that's going to be releasing, that's, still hyped up, with plenty of people sucking its cock. And so if this was an indie game, that would be a different story, because, indie developers, they need all the good price they can get, but it's AAA.
I'm gonna give you guys a funny story. So I'm going through my Facebook feed. This relates to Last of Us 2. I saw this buddy, not even a buddy at this point, this acquaintance, posted a picture of the Last of Us 2 Collector's Edition in the box with tissue and lotion next to the box.
Wow.
So, yeah, what does that make? That just makes all Last of Us 2 fans look bad. When you have to do that to show your excitement for a video game? Really?
I mean, hey, some people are very excited for it.
I'm not going to be doing that for Cyberpunk, that's for damn sure.
But yeah, look, like I said, it's not the first time this has happened. It's happened with other things. I mean, I like The Last Jedi, so I don't really get the hate sometimes. But hey, man,
Well,
I'm just
there's nothing
saying.
wrong with that.
I'm just saying.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking the movie. I'm not saying anybody's wrong for liking The Last Jedi. And it's like, okay, all right, there's things in it that you see that you like that I don't see. Okay, that's fine. It's subjective. I'm not going to force you to think the way I do. That's not how the world works.
Yeah, that's the point. Like, it's also not wrong if you don't like a movie or a game. It's all subjective. I just don't understand, like, oh, I hate this game, so I'm gonna go online and go on review sites and just destroy this game. Like, I'm pretty sure there's other important things going on in the world than to do that.
I mean, to be fair, by that same metric, isn't there something else that we could be doing, that's going on with the world, given everything that's going on with the world, other than recording our thoughts on a video game that, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to forget years from now?
Yeah, but, it's just so aggressive.
So progressiveness, though.
Like, I just, like, at 3.5 to thousands and thousands, literally 24,000 negative reviews at the time of this recording. Like, wow, okay.
I'd say it's warranted.
But the question is, will you guys be playing this game at all? Like, will you guys ever pick up this game?
I already have.
Oh. And?
My hand's on your shoulder, Mr. Cool. I've been vitriolic towards this game the entire time. What do you think?
Whoa, I did not know you have the game.
My friend bought it digitally, and, I've been playing on his account.
Okay, so... And you still don't like it after... How long have you been playing it for?
I've finished it.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, you've got a different take than the rest of this.
Okay.
I haven't bought it. I didn't even finish the first game, to be honest.
Well, yeah, okay, so you can just give us, like, your review and your score if you have one.
3.5, that's all I'm going to say.
Alright, so that's it. A 3.5 for The Last of Us Part 2 by Fallen.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 3.6. Just because I know it by association, and I want to one up them a little bit.
I was gonna say, you gave it one extra point or one extra decimal of a point because you haven't played it.
Okay, yeah, that's about right.
Well, anyways, I might pick it up if the price drops. But for now, I've got a bunch of other games that I'm going to be playing. So let's move on from The Last of Us Part 2, aka the greatest game of all time. And let's talk about EA. So EA had their event this week showcasing some games and a few announcements. This is what they would have probably shown at E3 if we had one this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some things here that is intriguing. Mainly
I know that they showed off Need for Speed 2021. And to be honest, I wasn't that impressed with the in-game models because they probably weren't even made in the game engine. So I mean, it looks cool, but they didn't show us anything different. So verdict's out. I'm not excited for Need for Speed 2021. So yeah, I'm disappointed.
So probably the biggest story coming out of the event is Star Wars Squadrons. And we did get our first gameplay look at the game. It looks okay. I don't know if I'll be picking it up. But what do you guys think? Have you guys seen the trailer?
I saw it, but I don't know how it's going to work well with a controller. Those games usually work better with some sort of flight stick setup.
I didn't see the trailer. In fact, I didn't even know how these things were being announced. Although, to be honest, I kind of feel like a lot of these things are just being announced to like, oh, this is coming to Steam, this is coming to year, instead of like an actual release of things.
I'm gonna be completely honest. EA is like the motherfuckers because they just released 5 of the Need for Speed games to Steam. They just released half their library to Steam after being locked to Origin for like, I don't know, the last couple of years. And I think that was really pretty scummy of them. But the games are at a cheaper discount than you would get them on Origin, so I guess it's fair.
Yeah, like for me, if I'm playing a Star Wars game, I want something like Jedi Fallen Order. I want to play as a Jedi. I want to, kill some dudes with a lightsaber. I don't really have much of an interest with Squadrons, but I don't know. There is
They need to bring back Republic Commando.
Like the Star Wars world is so big. Like I don't know. Just feel like they've never been able to capitalize on it.
Oh, that's called Star Wars Legends. It was already capitalized on, and then Disney, like dumbasses, scrapped it.
Well, okay, fair point. Also, from the conference, Apex Legends will be coming to Nintendo Switch this fall. So that's cool.
This is just bullying little kids at a playground at this point. Do you think a Switch player could play this as well as a PC player with crossplay coming into the picture with PS4 and Xbox? Hell no. The PC player is all over these kids.
It's the same issue with fucking Dead by Daylight going crossplay, and also, if I recall correctly, it has a mobile version. That's also a part of that crossplay. Those motherfuckers are gonna get the shit bullied out of them. It's just not there.
Not a good look, man. But hey, if one of those Nintendo Switch kids can hang, then I'm fine with that. Because I have a Nintendo Switch. Playing FPS on a Switch is okay for like 45 minutes. Not like a full battle, not like 3-4 battle royale sessions. No way.
Also, The Sims 4 is coming to Steam. Yay. Right?
I mean, I already
It should already be there. Hold on.
Yeah, it is. It's on there.
And
The article that you shared, it says that The Sims 4 is already on there today.
well,
I mean, the thing about that is, The Sims 4. I like it for what it is. Also because I like, character creation of almost anything, of any kind. So, The Sims 4, I spend my time playing quite a bit sometimes. But, I mean, it releasing to Steam, that doesn't do anything great for me.
And besides that, we got a few more reveals like Rocket Arena and a few other things, but yeah, nothing really stands out except the Star Wars game. EA Sports, obviously. But yeah, that's it. I mean, I didn't watch the conference, so.
I watched a little bit of the PC Gaming Conference. PC Gaming Conference usually bores the crap out of me. But here was some, like I said, the only thing I got out of that was Persona 4 Golden. So I was okay with that. I'm fine.
All right, so let's move on. And this is the news story I'm most excited for this week. Guys, we're finally getting a new Crash Bandicoot game.
Is Spyro coming with him?
Probably not.
I'm not interested.
Okay, so my god, I am so excited for this. So Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, has been rated for PS4 and Xbox One by the Taiwan Digital Game Rating Committee, according to IGN. So there's also a box art revealed, so this seems to be a real thing. Guys, are you big Crash Bandicoot fans, or will you be picking this up?
Yeah, I'll pick it up. Why not? I'll give it a shot.
I mean, I played it a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
It's got the nostalgia factor for me, but to be honest, I didn't even fucking buy the Insane trilogy. So, I'm curious, but to be quite honest, it kind of makes no difference to me.
I'd love to see how it goes, though. I wouldn't mind playing an updated Crash Bandicoot game. I mean, I guess it's time. I mean,
It's time.
A new generation of kids needs to experience what we experienced at this point.
Yeah, so I did pick up the Insane trilogy. I loved it. Visually, it's beautiful. I'm kind of surprised that we didn't get a Crash announcement at the PS5 reveal. I thought for sure that would be something they will show. But no, this is just coming to PS4 and Xbox One, for now at least.
Yeah, the next event. Don't worry.
Yeah, but I want a Crash Bandicoot game on PS5. Can you imagine that being a launch title? Oh, it's so perfect. And apparently on the box art of the Xbox One, it did say that it is also playable on Xbox Series X. So if you pick it up on Xbox One, you'll probably be able to play it on next gen as well.
No, I'm kind of happy about that. At least they're offering people a chance to at least experience it on both systems.
But how long has it been since we've had Crash, a new Crash game? I mean, not a remastered version. Yeah, years. So
what was the one on the PS2?
Crash to the Titans? Is that it?
Maybe? Question mark? I don't know. I think that might have been the last one that I played. But what was the one where he was teaming up with Cortex?
Crash Twinsanity?
That's the last one I played then.
Okay. Yeah, I love that game.
That's what I played with Wrath of Cortex. I came an Xbox kid after that, so yeah.
But yeah, okay, so I guess I'm the one that's the most excited about this. I have been a huge Crash fan pretty much my entire life. And I'm just so happy to see it come back. A brand new game. Been waiting literally years and years. This is my Cyberpunk 2077. Maybe.
Yeah, okay, I can say that. Yeah, that's fair for you.
Okay, so speaking of Cyberpunk, it has been delayed. So
I ran about this for a second, which I think is bullshit.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
The reason why it was delayed till November 19th. And I was like, That's an oddly specific date for an oddly specific thing to release before an oddly specific thing comes out. Turns out, the PS5 was rumored to come out November 20th. That's some scummy shit. They should have just pushed it back 2 days and made it a launch title for the PlayStation 5 instead of releasing it to everyone else that has with the underpowered hardware and not having the optimized version. But to their credit, they're giving you the free upgrade if you choose to get it for the next next generation of consoles if you choose to buy one.
Yeah, it's still probably going to be the biggest game of the year when it does come out. It just sucks that we have to wait even longer for this.
No, here's the crazy thing. It's like I've been the one that's putting in like among everybody I know. I'm the only one that's really putting in the work to show that I'm excited. I've read all the lore. I've basically got a Johnny Silverhand statue. It's like I am invested in Cyberpunk more than most people because they only want the video game. I've looked into the story of the tabletop game, man. I am hyper excited about this. So this delay.
I played the tabletop game.
How was it?
Pretty fun.
See?
But also you have to remember I'm a tabletop guy who, the only reason I try all these tabletops is because my friends, or rather, one friend in particular gets bored with systems really quickly, and so we have to learn the system about once a week.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'd love to jump into a Cyberpunk session next time he does one.
My hand's on your shoulder. He's not that good of a DM.
Okay, you just take his job.
I could do that for someone else. It's too much work.
Okay, fine. I'll be the DM. I know how to DM Cyberpunk.
All right.
Okay, and also with more Cyberpunk news, CD Projekt Red has confirmed that a free, more robust next-gen upgrade will arrive on PS5 and Xbox Series X in 2021. So,
yeah, okay, all right. I'll be okay. I'll be happy. When I see it, I'll be happy. I'm not gonna, just say, "Oh, thank you, CD Projekt Red, you're amazing." No, I'm not gonna do anything like that until I see proof.
now the hype has died down because it's been so long and since there's so many other things going on. But, once we get around to November, I'm pretty sure it's still going to be super hyped up and it's probably going to be a great game.
I mean, we haven't seen Keanu Reeves in a long time. So if they do something really phenomenal in the months leading up to the release with Keanu Reeves, I think the hype train will still be there.
Yeah, for sure. Keanu's the best.
Look, I have a statue of him. He's looking me dead in the face right now.
And, yeah, so once we see more Keanu, like you said, the hype will,
Falling.
Mr. Cool, please cut to our Discord chat at this moment, please.
I got it.
Just so that, the viewers know why I'm being told to shut the book up.
All right.
I love this emote, okay? It's my favorite emote of all my servers.
It probably is. It's really cool.
And that's saying something when I have an emote where I can where I can drink. I mean, look at this.
That's true. And where can I get the breathtaking emote?
I'm gonna have to look.
Thank you, good sir, because I need that.
All right, and let's move on. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat and Injustice because next-gen Mortal Kombat and Injustice games are being planned. And
let me go ahead and just state right now, until June 25th, you can get the first Injustice game absolutely free on Steam, PlayStation 4, and Xbox.
Nice. Yeah, and this is not much of a news story. This is like, yeah, duh. Obviously, we're going to be getting more Mortal Kombat and Injustice games. So, did you guys play MK11?
I didn't like MK11 because I heard it was garbage.
I didn't play it. Because I'm not a fighting game guy, except for Honor.
Well, For Honor's its own beast. So hey, you're good at something that most fighting game players would never be good at. So take that as your badge of honor.
Oh, you're mistaken if you think I'm good at it.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind.
I just enjoy it.
Well, still, that's better than nothing. At least you enjoy what you're playing.
If only I could say that for Last of Us 2.
Not gonna let that die, huh?
No, never. I'm never gonna let that go.
Well, I didn't enjoy Mortal. I played Mortal Kombat X. It was
It's okay.
I enjoyed Injustice 1 and 2, so I'm really excited to see where they go with Injustice 3. So I'm happy about that. Not necessarily more Mortal Kombat.
Do you guys like the way NetherRealm tells their stories in fighting games? Like,
Best fighting game stories, hands down. Best fighting game stories of this generation and last.
wow, okay. I feel
Uh,
I feel the complete opposite of you. Like, not a fan of the way they tell their stories.
okay, I know the story for Injustice 2. I never found myself giving a shit about the stories in Mortal Kombat. To me, it's just, we're gonna beat the shit out of each other, and I'm okay with this. The story existed to me so that I could learn how to fight with the characters.
That was about it in Mortal Kombat. Now in Injustice, there was a whole bigger storyline that wasn't even given to us in the video game.
It was the comics. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the comic run was way more interesting than the video game, and that pissed me off.
That's because it's comics. They're fucking meant to tell stories, to be fair.
Yeah, but when you have John Constantine, that's the main reason all this stuff went down, and he's not even in the games? Really?
Hang on. Before, just like get off topic. Hunter, tell me, have you seen Justice League Dark Apocalypse War?
Not yet. Don't spoil it.
I recommend it.
Yeah, I'll take you up on that. No worries.
Well, speaking of DC, you guys excited for the Snyder Cut?
What was that?
You guys excited for the Snyder Cut?
No, God, no. I freaking hate Justice League.
I didn't even watch it, so again, I don't care.
Yeah, same.
I honestly don't box standard like the Justice League as a whole. I like certain members on their own. I don't like them all together.
But when you start connecting certain heroes and stuff, it's harder to have self-contained stories after that.
I mean, my favorite heroes, my ideal Justice League is something that they would never do. So I'm not interested in the one that they.
Well, what is your ideal one?
Okay, my ideal one would be Dr. Fate, and would be Val-Zod because I'm replacing Superman because I don't like Superman too. I don't like Clark Kent Superman that much. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Damian Wayne as Batman. So I would do that because that would there's gonna be less criminals with Damian Wayne in charge. I would make him the outright leader. I would take the leadership away from Superman entirely. I would have Hal Jordan as Parallax. I would just have Parallax in the lead. I wouldn't even mess with Green Lantern. Forget Green Lantern. I would bring in Zatanna just because I can. Time to upgrade Raven because Raven needs to go. She's off to Teen Titans.
Damn, you're fucking not even out of Justice League, out of Teen Titans.
Yeah. I'm taking her out of the Teen Titans because it's basically like when you go back and look at the lore of the Justice League, they refused to help her because they thought she was a villain.
That's fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't originally believe her about Trigon and whatnot, so they cast her to the side. So she ended up having to form the Teen Titans because no one else would help her otherwise.
Great job there, Soups.
Yeah, they were all assholes, so forget them. Let's see. I'm keeping Cyborg, and then I want to bring anybody else into it. I'm going to go ahead and make a push for Static Shock, but it's going to be Milestone Comic Static Shock. So we're not getting the goofy teenage cartoon wannabe Static Shock. We're getting the real thing.
I enjoyed the cartoon one, just saying.
Yep.
But to be fair, I also don't read comics, so I don't.
Yep. And it's like, if we were to bring Unlimited in, then I just had a whole bunch more ideas. But and then if we need a crime fighting duo, since I'm getting rid of Batman and Robin, I'm putting Hawk and Dove in, and that's my Justice League.
Hawk and Dove, huh? Okay.
Yeah, that's Hawk and Dove. Hawk and Dove are badasses. Don't at me.
Well, there we go. The perfect Justice League team. All right, now let's move on. And we're done with our story, so I just thought, let's go to fan fiction for a few minutes. So I came across.
To be completely honest, I didn't read a fan fiction. I didn't even read it. I'll be honest.
I came across.
I don't read fan fiction usually, but
Yeah, so I came across this Assassin's Creed fan fiction, "The Misadventures of a Love-Struck Assassin" by Clockwork Assassin. So this segment is mainly for a celebration of how creative people can be on the internet. So I'll just read a part of this story, Chapter 1, Valentine's Day.
I'm gonna start reading through this, and if excuse me if I shit on it, but I'm very particular about my writing.
Go ahead.
I mean, I'm gonna read quietly. If you want to read it out loud, go ahead.
Oh yeah, go. You can do it.
What? I said reading quietly, meaning to myself. Good lord.
Because I'm just gonna read a part.
Okay, I'll read the first paragraph.
Sure.
Sometimes, when a gentle grey rain was falling in the evening, and the streets of London were quiet, and the factories had closed, and the carriages had shut down for the night, Jacob Fry would wander outside and take a walk. He liked to meander slowly through the muddy streets of the South Wark, counting the towering smokestacks and picking out the birds in the trees, just enjoying the soft pattering of the rain against cobblestones and the soft breeze in his hair. During these walks, he didn't really think about anything in particular, not Templars or gliders or pieces of Eden or anything else. He just breathed and walked, let himself be. It was always the most relaxing part of his week. His little escape from the constant stress and strife of being an assassin.
I'm going to say right now, this version of Jacob sounds like a pussy and would not think like this is a game.
Honestly, reading through that first line, I can already tell that this is going to be fucking... I'm going to call it. I'm going to fucking call it. Whoever is being paired with Jacob, even if they're a fucking in-canon actual character, this person's going to be a self-insert OC.
I'm
making my call.
Let me continue with the second paragraph. But today was a special day, and for the first time in a long time, Jacob's weekly walk had a purpose. He walked down to the South Wark Market first, the puddles and mud sloshing around his boots, and found the little flower stall that was always unreasonably open this time of night. The old shopkeeper, a hunched-over woman, smiled when she saw him, sunken blue eyes twinkling as he approached. "Looking for a gift for a special someone?" she asked, knowingly, and he sighed internally. Of course, she had seen right through him. "I've got just the thing." That's it.
I'm like hella lost. Let me see. I actually read ahead of you and got lost.
Okay. So, let's continue this weekly. The Misadventures of a Love-Struck Assassin by Clockwork Assassin.
Oh, what?
To the author, if you watch this podcast, and we continue reading through your story, and I happen to shit on it, I'm not doing it because I don't like it. I'm doing it because I feel it could be better.
100%.
Like I said,
we're not always negative around here, even though he portrays the fact that we are.
I am.
It's a celebration. It's a celebration.
Advertiser friendly, man.
I have an emote of me drinking. That's also my profile picture. What do you mean? I'm the least advertiser friendly.
Oh boy, we're in for it now.
Hey, hell yeah, man.
All right, and that's it for this episode of the Digital Devils podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Hunter and Fallen, any final thoughts? And if you want to plug anything, go for it.
I would like to say it to the audience so we can hold ourselves to it. We need to add music and ramp up the production quality of the show. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Sure.
Yeah,
if you want my suggestion, what do you call it? Somewhere, I've seen it with another podcast, EFAP, where they have the icons from the Discord call actually, in the podcast. I mean, they have a background still, but,
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. I'll send a link. I mean, those guys go for like 10 hours.
Ooh.
But, yeah, all with that. I think that we could also do some other stuff to improve it. Intro, outro music, sound effects at some point. There's some things we can do, and I'm just putting it on air so the audience told us to do it.
Yeah, and if you have any more suggestions, just leave it in the comments. Because we can definitely improve on a lot of things. So do you guys have anything else to say?
Last of Us 2 is bad. Subscribe to me at Discord 7 Productions for more hot takes.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna be here. I don't have any expensive titles and things I run on my own. I'm just kind of here every week. So, yay! Good to see you all.
Hey.
Yeah, and I'll leave the links of the stories we talked about in the description below, and also check out Fallen's YouTube channel. They do great stuff there. So thank you so much, and we'll be back next week hopefully for more news stories and all the latest in gaming news. That's it.
Oh yeah.